Okay, let's take a look at creating a Google document. The first step to get to where you can create a Google document is to go to the home screen in your Google Drive. Once you have logged onto your computer and you've logged in through your Google account, you just click on the tic-tac-toe board and click on Drive. This will bring you to your home screen in your Google Drive, and your Google Drive may look a little bit different than mine. I have already established several different folders, and that just allows you to organize the documents that have been shared with you and that you have created in a different way. And we'll talk about how to create folders on a later video. But now that you're in your Google Screen home drive, all you need to do is click on the red rectangle up in the left-hand corner, New, and then you have the option of different things to create. We're going to start with a Google Doc. If you've never used the Google Documents before, you'll notice that the word processor is very similar to Microsoft Word. At the top, you have all of your different options as far as font size, bold, italics, paragraph indentation, centering, etc. And of course, your keys up at the top as far as filing, editing, viewing, inserting different aspects such as tables, links, equations, etc. The word processor itself is very similar to Microsoft Word, which most people are very familiar with by working with it over the years. So this is where you'll begin your document. So let's make up a fake document here that we can practice with. So all right. If you notice, I misspelled a few words on purpose. Misspelled words are underlined and highlighted just like they are in Microsoft Word. So all you need to do is go to the word that is misspelled and right click on it, and it'll give you your spelling suggestion here. So I did mean men, and now would be the time. So now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. Once you've completed typing your document and you're ready to send it to someone, this is probably the most critical step in this Google Doc process. To click on the blue box or rectangle in the upper right-hand corner, and this is going to give you the different options before you want to send it. First of all, it's going to ask you if you want to create a name for your document. And yes, I would like to create a name. So what I'm going to do is create this name, and this is going to be Test Document 1. And then it'll begin to ask me who I would like to share this with. This is where you'll enter the email address of whomever you want to share this with, whether it be different teachers on your team, administrators in your building, someone at a different building, or even your neighbor for that matter. Anyone, you can share these documents with anyone that has the Google Drive installed on either their smartphone or their computers at home. For our example here, I'm going to use Mr. Mark Ballou, who's the principal at the Central Educational Center. And when I type in the M to enter his address, you notice it brings up all the different M's, okay? This is any email address in the Coweta Schools domains that begin with an M. And since I've sent him emails previously, his was on the top. So I'm going to share this with Mr. Blue. I'm going to click on his name, and then it gives me the option to either add more people or to just include Mr. Blue and only Blue. It also allows me to add a note. So perhaps I'm sending a spreadsheet or a document concerning a meeting that we're getting ready to attend. I may put on there, this is for our upcoming meeting. And you don't have to put in a comment either. Now, the most important step in this process is the can edit, can comment, or can view button. If you don't change this, the only option that Mr. Blue would have would be to edit the document. And here's what that means. If you allow the person that you're sending the document to edit it, that means that they can go into the document and change anything in the document that they see. And that can be a good thing if you're collaborating with other people in your building or whoever you're sharing the document with. If you want them to have the ability to go into the document and change anything they see in the document, can edit would be the option you wanted to choose. If you only want to allow the person that you're sending the document to view it, you would click Can View. This means that Mr. Blue would be able to open the document, he would be able to read it, but he would not be able to go in to edit it or change anything that he saw fit. And then lastly, you can also use Can Comment. What this allows is Mr. Baloo would be able to enter comments about the document, but he would not be able to change the document itself. This is a very handy option to use with students. When I was using this in my classroom, anytime students submitted documents or assessments or whatever it may have been to me, I instructed them to allow me to comment on their papers. So if I had a student turning in a paper on, say, the Civil War, I could comment by going in and basically it was like an editing function where if I saw a sentence or a word or a paragraph that needed to be corrected, I could add a comment to that paper and the student would then see the comment that I added to their paper. So imagine the old days of using a red pen to edit students' papers. Now you can do it digitally through the Google Doc process, and it'll automatically save your comments and it'll automatically share it with the person that sent with you. So if a student turned a document into you and you made comments on it, it automatically saves it, and the student that sent it to you would be able to see your comments in real time. And that is one huge advantage of being able to use this process. So for our example here, Mr. Baloo is going to be able to comment on my document, and I'm going to click send. And just like that, it has now been shared with Mr. Baloo, and the document would be available in his drive. And all you have to do to access that is, if you go back to your drive, Mr. Baloo would have a label in here with the document name that we just created. And it also will send you an email to your email address saying that John Vaughn just shared a document with you. Mr. Baloo would see that email in his inbox. So that notifies you that someone has shared a document with you and that you're able to open it at that time.